Closing out our series for the month on leadership, facilitating discourse with your staff. This time what we've got are some supporting structures. And again, you can use these for students, but also for your staff meeting. So what are the supporting structures, whether you're doing something before a meeting, after a meeting, and what are some tips during the meeting so you can make sure you're facilitating effectively? Let's get to it. Okay, here is one that I love. So this is an entry slip. I have historically used this, as the image on the slide indicates, for a Socratic seminar with students. So you got to answer the question before class, find your supporting evidence, and maybe write a question that you're going to pose to the group. Great. For staff, what this could look like, and this is inspired or comes from the folks at Jigsaw Learning, who have an amazing resource and book on collaborative team meetings. I believe they're coming up with another one, but there's a podcast episode on our podcast, Time for Teachership, if you want to check that out. Basically, what they say is prior to the meeting, come with a celebration, a student in your mind, and a key issue that is likely to affect, multiple people, or that student might be struggling with. And then what that does is it kind of depersonalizes from the student the thing that we're going to talk about. And again, you can learn more about this process in that podcast episode or getting any of those resources from Jigsaw Learning. The other thing is, but after, so you bring the ticket, you have the conversation in the meeting, and now what happens after? This is an image of something that I have used that was co-created by a lot of folks I worked with when I was a teacher. So after a seminar, we would say, how did your thinking change, right? So this idea of discourse growing our thinking, right? What ideas did you hear that you agree or disagree with or surprise you? And how did you feel, right? So basically we're focused on the thinking and how it changed. If it didn't change, something needs to shift, because the goal is that we grow our thinking. We don't just leave with the same ideas we came in with. And then how did it literally feel? How did it feel in your body? How did it feel to be part of the collective? Did we follow the discussion agreements we came up with together or not? What needs to shift, right? You can do the same exact thing with staff. This is so powerful to just note the key ideas, themes that come up, do an agreement check-in. Did we follow them? Do we need to adjust any of our agreements or the ways we enforce them, and make sure we abide by them, right? Do a kind of a thinking and a feeling check-in. Now, the other thing I want to share here are facilitation tips. In the last video, I mentioned that we had some amazing folks on about a year ago. So this is episode 232 of the Time for Teachership podcast. It's an amazing episode, so go check it out if you would like. These were tips from awesome authors who specialize in facilitating adult team meetings, but it also has drastic implications for student-led conversations. So there's several preceding this that are author conversations. Check those out. This one is how it applies to student conversations, also relevant for staff. So here we go. You can record indicators of participant engagement. This is really helpful to feedback to people in the meetings that we noticed, there was a lot of, statements, not a lot of questions. So in the description of this video, you'll find a link to the podcast that I referenced. And then within that, you'll be able to figure out if there are other podcasts that you want to listen to based on those authors' tips. Let us know if you have any questions or additional things you want us to talk about leadership or discourse-wise.